Ten Hag made a lot of errors, and I see Amorim correcting those things, like the way he makes his substitution and the general pattern of gameplay. I mean, is way different from what Ten Hag was playing with us. I mean, under Ten Hag, we did not have a particular pattern, but under Amorim now, we are seeing some glimpse of what to expect from him on the long run. You understand? And we also have the players performing. You understand? Under Ten Hag, look at Rashford. Rashford before Amorim has scored how many goals? But today he has two. You understand? So looking at it on the long run, it's looking like the players want to play for this coach because they're actually seeing a pattern. And I mean, Ten Hag also made some tactical errors, like in the match where Bruno Fernandes was suspended and playing Mazarawi as a 10. When you have Ahmad on the bench, you have Ericsson on the bench. You could have easily played a 4-3-3 of Ericsson, Casemiro, and Ugarte. You had that option, but you chose to play Ahmad at the number 10 role. And we also how play Mazarawi at the number 10 role. And we also how Mazarawi was playing during that game. It was not bad in the game, but it was not as effective as a number 10 would have been. Putting Ericsson in that position would have been much more effective. Putting Ahmad, who played as a number 10 for Sunderland, in that position would have been much more effective. So he made a lot of errors on the long run, and I think that was what cost him. And now we are winning, so hey, we're all happy.
Yeah, I understand that. There's a winning feeling right now at United, and you can't say the same thing about your neighbors, your quote unquote noisy neighbors back then. Banter, you've seen exactly what's happening with City right now. This is their seventh game without a win. I was in your space earlier before coming here now, and we were talking about how somebody said in your space talking about how the fans were saying you're getting sacked in the morning. They were telling Pep that the Liverpool fans were saying they're telling Pep that you're getting sacked in the morning. So we don't expect him to be sacked right now, but this is 7 games without a win. What do you think? What do you think has changed or needs to change for Pep to remind this team? I kind of saw it today. He tried. After going down 1-0, because it looked like Liverpool was going to run them ragged. But I think something happened that the Man City player needed to be reminded that wait, we are the champions. So there was a spark there. Up until what's his name? Was it Guardiola or what was this that did that error leading to the penalty for the second goal? Up until there was like a spark. So what do you think? What do you think Pep needs to do to the team to let them know that we are the champions, we are defending champions, and start playing like one?
Okay, you mentioned something that once you are losing, it's very, very difficult to actually get out of that place. I agree with that, and I think that's true. I think for Man City, they are in a very terrible slope, and it's going to be very, very difficult. But there are two things that I think needs to happen. Number one, a break, right? Once there is a break, I think that although we just came off one and it didn't look like it helped much, but I feel like once we go on this December break, however long it's going to last, even if it's just a couple of 1 week, I think all of that thing. And I think City needs to get someone else. They've been over reliant on Rodri as the art, without even realizing it, as the art of their midfield. And I think Pep's supposed to have envisaged this earlier. I think last season there was a time that he lost Rodri for a couple of games. I think it was a red card or he was injured. And throughout that period, Man City kept on losing and they didn't win. I don't think they won any games in that period. It was when Rodri came back and I just picked up again and started winning. I think Pep should have known then that this guy, my team is beginning to rely so much on. They were not as reliant on De Bruyne the way they are reliant on Rodri. There are times that even when De Bruyne was the heart of the team, even when De Bruyne does not play, sometimes they still get to win matches. Some matches though they might struggle, but they still get to win some matches. But then you built a system that is so reliant on a particular style of play. Haaland, everybody says Haaland is someone that is just so direct, giving the ball and score, but it was not always like that. I think people need to remember that it was not always like that. There was a time that Haaland could actually work with the team, especially at Dortmund. He showed, although it's not the regular, it's not your Suarez, it's not your Aguero, but there was a time that he could work with the team better than what he's even doing right now. But the system has constricted him and really restricted him so much that unless De Bruyne gives him that ball, unless the team plays in a certain kind of way and he gets that ball, he will not be able to perform. I think this whole structure is what has disrupted the team, and now you now let Alvarez leave. I wonder what Guardiola was thinking. Of course, the money was too much to let go. But at least, even if you're letting that money go, even if you're letting that guy, you should find a very decent replacement. I believe that if a player like Alvarez was there now, he probably would have been able to salvage some of the things, some of the problem for Man City, because he's not the Alan type of player. He can play with the team. He
Yeah,
can take the ball
he's
and
a
try to
creative
create chances.
player. Yes.
He's a
Yeah,
creative striker. Yeah, you understand. He can still try to find his way around your defense even without any. But Haaland is just give me the ball and I score. And once the ball is not coming,
it's a
he doesn't.
problem.
So I think that the break and also Man City need to spend. They need to spend. They need to get a striker. They need to get a midfielder. I think they do. They need to get one because these players they are so. Even this guy said it. I forgot was it Zidane that said that, and he said why he left Liverpool, Real Madrid after the 3 peat was because there's no more motivation. They've been winning.
Exactly. So there needs to
There
be
is no
some
more
chopping and
drive.
changing.